Okay, I get it. Let's go. Hello everyone, this is a Steven Universe discussion slash theory video on Jasper versus Bismuth. A bit of a unique matchup here, the big buff Cheeto Puff versus Rainbow Gummy Worms. Nice. Now at first, for the scenario on why they would fight, I almost didn't have one. But then I remember that the Bismuth episode is just honestly randomly placed in the middle of the Quartz Saga, but this works. So let's just say that Bismuth stays longer within the series, so the whole Steven versus Bismuth thing doesn't happen, which wouldn't have Bismuth being poofed. So because of that, that leads to the episode Beta, which is next, where Steven and Amethyst see what Lapis and Peridot are doing, but in this case, Bismuth goes with them, and the whole Lapis and Bismuth thing is just something that can be saved for another day, because I know some people like to talk about that here and there. It's like, oh, Lapis hates Bismuth and things like that, or Bismuth hates Lapis, so on and so forth, and like they would kill each other if they met. That's probably for another day. So yeah, let's just say that they don't make a big deal out of it and they just go straight to the beta kindergarten. You know, things are pretty much normal, how it happened within the beta episode. They go to the beta kindergarten and they eventually find Jasper, and since Bismuth doesn't like almost any gem that claims to be homeworld related, and Jasper's probably the #1 homeworld gem we've met so far, Bismuth and Jasper probably argue a bit, and then it's basically just fighting time. Now, this is kind of a close fight, and honestly just comes down who can last longer with endurance, and since Jasper took so many types of different hits and survived all of them and jailbreak within 1 or 2 minutes, being beaten by Garnet, electrocuted, being inside of an explosion, dealing with a crash landing back down into Earth, then still getting up after another explosion that was clearly twice, if not 3 times as powerful. And she still got up from that. If that doesn't prove like the best endurance in the series, then I don't know what does. Now, you could also say, for argument's sake, that Bismuth took Rose's sword right through the stomach and she was still kind of standing, but she wasn't like moving around or anything like that. She was just talking, and then just kind of for plot purposes, she just eventually poofed. She wasn't like, oh, I got stabbed, let me just, you know, move around or things like that. 'Tis but a flesh wound. It wasn't anything like that. She got stabbed, said her final words, and then that was it. So if anything, Jasper kind of has more endurance than Bismuth, but then again, any gem, even Jasper, I would assume, getting like a sword through your entire stomach is just gonna hurt entirely. So yeah, but from the evidence so far, Jasper kind of has this one on lock, I would assume. In terms of everything else, they're both equal or close. Strength, they're both able to keep up with Garnet. In terms of power, they both have special powers that can help them in a fight. Bismuth has a literal handful of weapons that she can form: hammers, axes, blades, and it hasn't been shown, but I can imagine her being able to form a small shield to maybe slow down or at best stop Jasper's spin dash entirely, which is something that Jasper has over Bismuth, is speed with her spin dash, but Bismuth has great reaction time. Her reflexes are pretty keen and on point, so Jasper might have the speed on her side, but it's not exactly a big deal when Bismuth can dodge most of the spin dashes coming at her, or, as I said, possibly block them. And it's honestly a little hard for me to say who could win. I honestly don't even exactly have a side to root for in this one. As I said, it just kind of comes down to who can tank more, because they just have, you know, their weapons and stuff. They have their own unique powers. Bismuth can stretch, Jasper has her speed, but Bismuth has the reflexes and stuff and everything like that. They're both equal in terms of strength, so punching each other, I mean, it's probably just going to be pointless by this point. But Bismuth is the type of gem that doesn't like to lose to Homeworld, so Bismuth is probably gonna keep fighting until Jasper's just basically gone. So if anything now, I can go with Bismuth a bit, because her character just makes it seem like she does not like Homeworld in the slightest, or anything to do with them. And losing to a Homeworld gem, to her, is just like not an option. It's just like something that just doesn't exist in her mind. And, well, I mean, I don't want to like bring down Jasper or even Jasper fans, but I wouldn't say that Jasper gives up, but if things just don't go her way, she either just goes crazy, or she just basically says, oh, whatever, I'm leaving. Or like, she just kind of rage quits. Kind of like with the whole versus Stefani thing. She could still fight her, but she said like, whatever, I'll just do it some other time. Like, she just left. Like, for Bismuth, once a fight starts going, especially with like a Homeworld gem, it's basically like, they have to be like just taken down right then and there. There's no running away. There's no falling back unless that's absolutely necessary. But in this case, she's not gonna run away from Jasper. Even if like Jasper does go crazy or something like that, and she like tries to fuse with like that corrupted gem, it's not gonna work out for her in the end. I would assume Bismuth would just hold out long enough for Jasper to be unfused, and then she starts getting corrupted, and you know how all that happens and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, in this fight, it's pretty close. As I said, it just kind of comes down to who can take more hits, things like that, who can just last out. But, you know, both of these gems, they're not invincible by any means like that. It just kind of comes down to who punches harder and who just basically, like, decides not to give up. But in this case, I would assume that Jasper can punch harder, but Bismuth can also just tank more. That's what I would just assume. I wouldn't say tank more, but she just has the willpower not to give up. That's what I would like to say. So, yeah, it's kind of a 50-50 chance, or, you know, like a 51 or 49% chance, but it's close. That's all I could say. So, it's up to you guys to decide who would win. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who would win this one? Would Jasper have an easy time? Would Bismuth have an easy time? Or would it be just absolutely equal, and it's just kind of a coin flip by this point to see who would win? On the comments below, I know you guys want Yellow Diamond versus Alexandrite. That one is going to have to be postponed for quite a while, honestly, because I can easily make the video, but all that video is just going to be me saying, this is what Alexandrite can do. Like 100%, this is all the things she can do. And then for Yellow Diamond traits, it's just going to be me saying she could possibly do this, she could maybe do this, she might be able to do this. It's just going to be a non-stop list of me saying maybe, and that's just a pointless video when we will know eventually what Yellow Diamond can fully do. And if anything, I can just easily say that Yellow Diamond can do her zappy thing to Alexandrite, and then the fusion's just done. That's not a fight, if anything. And, yeah, as again I said, we're gonna learn what Yellow Diamond can fully do. I would at least assume so. It would make sense, so, yeah. I'm just gonna have to wait on that one, so you guys are gonna have to come up with, like, another fight for me to talk about in the next video, because I don't exactly have one planned. Well, I might have one planned, but I like you guys to decide. Have that freedom of choice. You know what to do. Support me on my Patreon. Draw a fan art for the channel, email, Twitter, link in the description. You know what to do. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.